Greetings and salutations, my artsy friends. Look at us. We're horizontal. Yay! How is everyone today? So good, I hope. So good. Hey, Lisa. Is it Lisa? L-I-S-S-A? Is it Lisa? I want to pronounce it correctly. Hi, Nancy. Hey, Stephanie Prince. How are you today? Hey, Keels. Oh, I'm so excited to see you all. I am. Let's see. It is Lisa. Oh, awesome. Awesome. Hey, Carmen. How are you? Is your sister joining us today? I hope. If not, she can watch us on the replay, but you know, it's fun to have lots of friends here. Hey, Allison, I haven't seen you in a long time. Oh, Lisa, I'm so glad you're here. We are going to have ourselves a time today. I have lots to talk to you about. So I have a date for Bible journaling that is going to be, hey, there she is. Hi, Laura. Saturday, October 31st will be our first online Bible journaling class. So just know that I will work out all the details today and post all of those things. I'm also working on posting, organizing all of these videos in such a way that it's easier for everybody to find like a technique or an artist or whatever. I'm working on that, just so you know. And I totally forgot to send an email yesterday. I'm so sorry. I'm out of the loop. But I'm back on the horse. I know, Allison, we've been missing you horribly. Did you see that the Alabama state stitchable pattern is available now from Adorn It? I'm so proud of it. I'm so proud of it, and you'll see you all over it because you were so instrumental in all of the things that I added to that. So, like I said, we are together. Hey, Robbie Miller, how are you today? We are gathered here today to create some amazing art and to study an amazing artist. So every Saturday we get together here, unless I'm out of town and I have to do it at my mom's kitchen table. And my dad joined us. That was cool, right? But then, like, as the week went on, it just got so much more complicated. And so I just took a little break. I'm sorry. But I'm back now. And I'm not going anywhere soon. I can't imagine. So on Saturdays, we have Let's Get Artsy Together Apart, where we do some art journaling. And we celebrate the art and the artist. Each week, a different art and artist. We just celebrate their works, their who they are as people, and their impact on society, and their amazing talent with whatever mediums they used. And we are inspired by that, and we create some of that in our art journals. So if you're new here, that's what we do on Saturdays. On Tuesdays and Thursdays, we have pop-in paint parties, and that is where we use different things, different mediums to play. We use different media. We play with different mediums with my art printables. I have 2 more that are coming out this week. I'm so excited. I'm telling you, I've just been on this inspired journey that oh man, it's just amazing. My noggin is just full full of cool things to draw. So Tuesdays and Thursdays at 2 p.m. Arizona time. Remember, we do not change with daylight savings time, so just know that you'll kind of have to adjust a little bit. Hi Ruth, how are you? Anyway, let's see. Oh, I mentioned this on Tuesday or Thursday's class, I don't remember, but I have some huge stuff coming out at the end of this month and the beginning of November for other companies, and I can hardly wait to share them with you, but mum's the word until they give me the big go-ahead. So if you are brand new here, please follow and like me on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. Myself and my team try to create new and inspiring content for you every day. Anyway, let's get started. Today's artist, I'm so excited to share with you. Oh, and my art printables are available at Corbiere-Scott If you want to send me a message, you can do it through Messenger, through Facebook, or through Facebook or Instagram, or you can send me an email at Corbiere-Scott@gmail.com, and I will try to answer everything. Please take a moment to try and join our Let's Get Artsy with Ann Corbiere-Scott private Facebook group. That is where we share like all of the cool things that we're creating, and you will just be filled with the most kind, courteous, inspired group of friends. Hi Vicki Russell, how are you? Hey Ruth. Oh, I'm so glad to see you too. So please be sure to follow me here, DM me your email address so that I can put you on the distribution list, and then you kind of know what's coming up. And I usually send an email on Fridays and tell you like if there's special, if there are special mediums that you need for Saturday's class, or if there are, and what we're doing the following week, like newsy things that are happening. So it's kind of a newsletter email. So anyway, let's get started. So today's artist is Keith Haring. Keith Haring was an artist. As soon as I show you my example, you're gonna know who he is. Everybody knows him. He because his art was so iconic. So here we go. You ready? Okay. So do you remember him? Right? So he, his art, I'm telling you, he's just so inspiring. He has passed, and that is sad and tragic. He was a pop artist, and he developed a love of drawing and a love of drawing at an early age, learning basic cartooning skills from his father, who was an amateur cartoonist. He went to the, and here's the interesting fact. He had a paper route as a young person, and he read the headlines. And because he read those headlines, hey Monica, how are you? So he read the headlines, and from that, he kind of developed this sense of wanting to involve the public, but to also work towards social change, right? So some of his his art was all about social change, right? And that's so apparent today. No matter what side of the aisle you are on, politically, whatever, blah blah blah. I don't really care. Can I tell you? Remember back in the day when I didn't know who you voted for? It's none of my beeswax who you vote for. Excuse me, but it's a cool way to express yourself and kind of get your message out there. I'm not a big, you notice that I don't post political things on my social media. That's kind of, like I said, that's my beeswax. You have your beeswax. You know what I mean? But I will continue to spread the good word about art. That's for dang sure, and artists. So anyway, so he went to the Pittsburgh Center for the Arts, and while he was there, he was influenced by some amazing people, as you can imagine. He was born in 1958, and he sadly passed in 1990 from AIDS-related complications. Tragic for the country. Anyway, one of the people that he kind of met up with was Christo. If you remember, he was an installation artist who had these huge public art displays, right? He had the yellow umbrellas. Do you remember that? They were out in the ocean, or he had them across landmass. He was just an amazing person. Anyway, he's the one who introduced the concept to Keith about involving the public with your art. So then he moves to New York City and he starts painting on large pieces of black paper in the subway every day. And that got him media attention. After building that for a while, if you've ever been in the New York subway system, you know there are big, kind of like these framed wall pieces that, hey Paula, that are, that like billboards, sort of, right? So, you saw him, you know what? I saw that along the I-5 too, because we lived in San Francisco, Jeff and we got married in Arizona. So when we were traveling down just from San Francisco down to Arizona, we saw them. It was just awe-inspiring. It was so beautiful. Anyway, while he was painting, he started to be more and more, like once he was in the subways, then he kind of grew. He grew and grew and grew. Between 1982 and 1989, he had public works in dozens and dozens and dozens of cities around the world. He produced more than 50 public artworks. Many were created for charities, hospitals, daycare centers, or orphanages. I mean, he was all about kids, and he was all about just spreading the good word about art, right? So he admired children because of their imagination, their sense of humor, and their lack of prejudice. How cool is that? He encouraged young people to get together and collaboratively create their own artwork. Again, very cool, right? You're from the Bay Area? Oh, really? Where were you in the Bay Area? Oh, that's so cool, Ruth. That's so cool. We loved the time we spent up there. It was the perfect time. I mean, it was a tragic, sad time because it was right at the hey Beverly, it was certainly right at the beginnings of the AIDS epidemic, and we lost many friends. But it was also, I mean, San Francisco is such a vibrant, eclectic city, right? So I was just on fire when I lived there. I mean, there were street celebrations all the time. There were you could eat at any kind of restaurant. Name a nationality, and there was a restaurant, and they had like the best kind of representation of that food. Like I said, street fairs and parades, and it was fabulous. Anyway, in 1989, he was invited to paint a section of the Berlin Wall, destroy the wall through painting it. How cool is that? He wanted to encourage everyone on earth to make art, especially kids. He believed that everyone can and should express themselves through art. That's so cool. So we lived right in the city, Ruth. We lived in Bayview Hunters Point, a rough neighborhood to be sure, but nothing ever happened to us. And I worked at the Indian Clinic in the Mission District, and Jeff worked downtown, right across not downtown. He worked right in a building right across the street from Pier 39. So we were kind of all over that city, that's for sure, that's for sure. So, I'm going to start talking to you about ways to create Keith Haring, Haring. So I'm going to start talking to you about how to create his style of people, and then I will start to give you some quotes. But so while I'm showing you the how to draw his people, I want you to really think about what's something you want to represent in your art journal. It doesn't have to be about social change. It just I think that just really think about creating art with a message. I mean, most artists, if you'll recall through all of the artists we've covered, most artists have a message in their art. His is just more obvious, I think. Anyway, so I'm going to start to show you how to draw a Keith Haring. I thought I had okay. So I have some notes here to myself, of course. Okay, first off, hey Linda, how are you? First off, draw a stick person. So he was really into movement and showing movement in his artwork, right? So you could draw. So I like to. So I'm doing this in pen, so you can see. Tell me if you can see it. If not, I'll start to use a marker. Maybe that might be better. I think I have a Sharpie here. So it's not gonna look how, let's see, there. Is that better? I presume. So we're gonna just draw a stick figure, right? And then, I'll move that. That'll help a little bit. Hey Kay, how are you? So let's do, so he likes to do, right? Right? Okay. So this is really quite, this is pretty rudimentary, right? So you're going to draw your stick figure, and then you're going to outline the stick figure. So you're going to pretend I'm doing this all in pencil, because do it in pencil. Because then we're going to outline your stick figure, making sure that the hands and feet are rectangular, and you're going to kind of round out your edges, right? And then you're going to make sure that belly, the chest area of the torso is kind of almost like a square or a rectangle, right? So we're gonna come down, and this, right, we're gonna come down, and we're gonna come in just a little bit so it looks like a little bit like a booty, and then we're gonna go down, there, 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 right? We're gonna go up. I hope this is making sense to everybody, right? And then you're gonna erase all of the inside. You're gonna erase your stick figure, right? But then you're gonna create these short lines that are gonna emulate movement, right? Does that help? So I'll tell you a couple of facts about his basic art. He used thick black lines to show implied movement. There we go. His drawing was pretty, I mean, it was certainly full of movement, but it was also very cartoon-like, but in a pretty stylized way. He used very few colors. He used red, green, blue, and yellow, but then he also filled in lots of areas. So like if this were the floor, he filled in lots of areas with patterns. So it could be, right? It could be like that, just repetitive patterns. Or it could be polka dots, but big, bold, black. Thanks, Keels. And then he colored big blocks of color. And so that's what I kind of was starting to create with, like, because I was, it's like I said, it's none of my beeswax who you vote for, but you need to vote because we're Americans. And people fought real hard as girls. People fought real hard for us to have the right to vote. And as a Native American, even more so. And if you're another person of color, even more so. So really vote. That's the most important thing. Ooh, here's a cool quote. Are you ready? Drawing is still basically the same as it has been since prehistoric times. It brings together man and the world. It lives through magic. Shut up. Is that the most? Come on. So think about what your art with a message is going to be today. And think about what do I want to say? Think about certainly look up his figures. Oh, it's dark right there. Sorry. I think I might have to work sideways because this thingy is creating a shadow. Think about, and you see my big mistake? Still working on how I'm going to fix that. I dropped a big blob of paint right there because I was trying to hurry and start before you got here. Whatever. Here's another big quote from him. Art should be something that liberates your soul. So good. Art is for everyone. I live every day as if it were the last, which is so profound because he died so young. He was born in 58 and he died in 90. Children know something that most people have forgotten. Ain't that the truth? So, I am going to start painting, and then just talk to me while you're creating. How are we doing on time? I don't want to lose track of time, but it's all dark. Anyway, oh well. Keels, will you tell me when I'm getting close? Oh, white gesso woodwork. Yeah. You know what? So one of the things we talk about in this class, Ruth, is that you know, my preferred substrate is watercolor paper. But I had this art journal, and now through the COVID, we filled it with art. So we're just working really hard at using what we have. And so like I thought like I could, you know what I actually have, Ruth, I was thinking black gesso. What do you think of that? Because that would make all of this pop and leaving the people white. I don't know. Or making the people colors. I don't know. He did these cool dogs. Like everybody had those t-shirts. Oh, that was one thing I forgot to tell you about. He opened this shop in New York City called The Pop Shop. And in there, that's where he sold buttons and posters and t-shirts. You know, it was all over the 80s and 90s. His stuff was everywhere. He had barking dogs. He had a baby. He had an angel baby. Anyway, I'm going to quit blabbing and I'm going to start painting. Like I'm thinking, should I paint the running heart? Absolutely. You can do whatever you ding dang please, Ruth. It's your art project. I like to include the name of the artist, the date, and usually a quote, because then I'll kind of remember this amazing time that we're sharing together, right? So I think I'm going to paint the heart. So he did do this heart that was kind of everywhere too. So I think I'm going to paint the heart's legs red too. So that's what I'm going to do right now. Like I really want to play up the red, white, and blue, because I will just tell you, I'm sure I've told this story before, but I remember the first time I got to vote. My dad took me to the polls, and I just never felt so patriotic and American. And until, hey mom, and until recently, I like to go to the polling place on election day. But in the past little bit, I have traveled, so maybe I wasn't home during the election time. So now Jeff and I both do mail-in ballots, and it's worked for us forever and a day. Absolutely. I would love to see how you add his quotes, Ruth. I would love that. Anyway, I really wanted to play up the whole Americana thing, right? About with the red, white, and blue. So that's what I'm really kind of hemming and hawing about, how I'm gonna do the colors. Like I knew I wanted vote in red, white, and blue. I knew I wanted that big and bold. But I don't know about the people. Like maybe I should do this guy blue, red, blue, red. That might be cool, right? And this guy could be blue, and this guy could be red. I love when you guys help me solve problems. So I'm gonna start painting the people. And I'm dying to know what you guys are painting. Like what are you, number one, what's your art with a message? And your message can be anything. It can be kindness. It can be love. It can be whatever. No judgment here. Everybody is kind and supportive. You know, we're never going to agree on everything, but we can always respect each other, right? So, I can't wait to see what you guys create. I know I'm so horribly far behind on commenting on all of your works, but let me just tell you, I have looked at them. It was just hard to comment in the car, and so just know that I'm working on it, I promise. I'm behind in sending my thank yous, but again, I'm working on it. I sent a whole bunch before I left, and I'll send more this week. Just take your time, think it through, what you're doing. So remember, the floor is going to be full of some kind of a pattern. So let's think about, like, I thought about stars, but stars are kind of, I find them a challenge. To get them to look cute. Do you know what I mean? They're never going to be, Oh, hey, Ruth. Let's see. Blackwood look nice this. Oh, golly. I'm glad you answered the call. I'm glad. I wouldn't want all those other people involved in our Saturday, for crying out loud. I said blue here, didn't I? I think so. Yeah, I feel like black might make it pop, or even gray. I don't know. I know stars, I'm feeling like stars would be kind of cool, but I kind of feel like I need to think about, remember to turn your substrate so that your painting it's easy, you have easier time with your hand and your arm and your strokes by making it more accessible to you. Hey, Catherine, how are you? How's the home building coming along? I wondered if you'd ever come back to me with your all your move and packing and blah, blah, blah. I'm glad you're here. I mean, I hope that you will all take some time to look at his work, and as much as you feel like your immediate thought might be that it's very simplistic, really look at it. Really look at the his ability to make things fit and that really fit, and you'll notice once you start really looking, he's very deliberate in how he applies his color. He's very deliberate in the action that his figures portray. I think that you know, people sometimes mistakenly think that if something is clean and simple that it's not as hard. And I think sometimes the opposite is true. You know what I mean? Because you really have to think about how you are going to convey your message with less. I wondered if you were in the spare bedroom. I wondered, Catherine. Yeah, I was just talking to Richard. Someday we'll get back to England. Boo, boo, boo. That's for sure. We'll work on it as soon as, you know, we're able to fly outside of our country, for pity's sake. Okay, so now I think I'm going to do this guy red. Yeah. he has this one work that I just love it. I just love it. And I really wanted to do something kind of like it, but I ran out of time to do it right. So he has this big heart, and I can't remember what it could have been an unnamed. He had lots of unnamed works, but it seems like this one was for a charity or something like that. It was this big black and white heart, and it had and it was filled with figures. Oh my gosh. So I just thought, you know what? It was like a puzzle. It was so cool. So maybe on an ambitious day, I'll do something like that. Well, you know what? I kind of like a lot of them, Allison. I like the, if you want, I could try and type them in the comments. Drawing is still basically the same as it has been since prehistoric times. It brings together man and the world. It lives through magic. That's pretty profound and totally, oh, Ruth, you know what? I'm sure he does have some female figures. You know what? Boys were kind of easier this morning. And you know, these could be girls too. Yes, women's right to vote would be that would be an amazing one. Okay, but here's some other ones, Allison. Art should be something that liberates your soul. Shut up. That's so good, right? Children know something that most people have forgotten. I love that one too. So I don't know. I was trying to think of the one that went the best with my subject matter here, but then I thought, no, it doesn't. I mean, it doesn't have to be a whole theme. It could be whatever I ding dang please, right? It's my art journal. It's whatever makes me happy, right? And I want you to think that way too. Art should be something that liberates your soul, and it absolutely liberates my soul, and I hope that it does the same for all of you. That's for sure. He does have so many good ones. And you know what? It's not to say that you couldn't somehow incorporate all of them if you wanted, right? You could do whatever you want. I just picked vote because I felt like it was timely, and you know, I want to wear that sticker every year. This year, my sticker is going on the back of my clipboard that I draw on every day. Just because I have all kinds of stickers on there, and I really wanted to kind of remember it. I think I've saved quite a few of my I voted today stickers. It's like you earned it. Do you know what I mean? Allison, doesn't he have a million good quotes? I'm telling you. I'm feeling like I might incorporate more than one. So start to look for your openings, right? Like you could, I could certainly fill my background with quotes, or I could incorporate them into, like, in the centers of the letters. Like I incorporated the heart here. Or maybe that's what honestly, that's what I do in the background of the floor. I don't know. I'm anxious to see what you guys do too. That's for sure. Oh, shut up, Ruth. That's an amazing idea. That's an amazing idea. It would be perfect on here, wouldn't it? Jeff already stuck his to his phone, so I can't do that. I can't steal his. Although, that's kind of his property, isn't it? All right. I'm going to let that dry. Okay. You don't understand. This guy, the one on top, in between the T and the E, is that what you're saying? It's a dog. It's like a barking dog. He had a lot of barking dogs in his artwork. Is that what you're saying? Or are you saying the whole, the artist in general? The dog? Yeah, he had a lot of barking dogs. A lot. And he had these really cute babies that were kind of crawling. Sometimes they had wings. They were just super, super, super cool. And they were kind of on everything back then. T-shirts and postcards and greeting cards and pins and posters and everywhere. Just everywhere. You know when something kind of hits, it's just everywhere. So I'm still hemming and hawing about my background. I'm not exactly sure what I want to do. I'm going to try and get rid of some of this red. But that's what I did up here. And you see what a smashing success that was. Not. I feel like my colors might need a little, like maybe a second coat. Because the blue is looking kind of... Ruth, that's funny. Yeah, it's a dog. It's a dog. Yeah, I'm feeling like, there you go. Look at how beautiful that blue is. Although I really like the watery, you know, the watery watercolors, that's for sure. I'm feeling like I want this to be pretty bold and, so tell me something else that's new with you all. How is the weather there? Would you believe that it is over 100 degrees here still? It is insanity. And I just saw on Facebook that it was snowing. And my mom said that they got a couple flakes yesterday. It's insanity. That's for sure. But I will just tell you, those colors across the northern United States, so beautiful. So Steph, what are you painting? Hey Linda, how are you? Has anybody figured out what they're going to do on their background yet? I mean, we're inspired by Keith, but we don't have to do exactly what he did, right? I'm kind of on a gray kick. Oh my gosh. Hey, Lori. Shut up with those painted rocks you shared this morning. I hope it was this morning, or maybe last night. I don't know. You guys, they were unbelievably cool. They were stuck my hand in the paint. They were all covered with poppies for Veterans Day. Oh my gosh, so beautiful. I was thinking that might be a fun thing for us to all do, right? One of these days we could paint rocks together. I love those. What was the other thing I was just going to tell you? Oh, the saga of my refrigerator. Are you ready? So, remember I was like, oh, it doesn't matter that it's not going to be delivered until the 16th because I'm going to be gone until the 11th anyway, right? So, yesterday was the 16th, and I think I wrote today was the 16th. Whatever. Anyway, you guys will understand, right? Okay, so nobody had called, so Jeff called the appliance place that we had purchased it from and said, hey, nobody's given us a call. What time are you guys going to be here today? And the guy said, you won't even believe this. The guy said, oh, somebody should have called you because that refrigerator's not going to be, your new delivery date is November 21st. I swear. Can you believe it? Insanity. I mean, thank goodness we got this little secondhand one. I mean, I get it. It's nobody's fault. It's just frustrating, you know? And even if it was somebody's fault, what am I going to do about that? Nothing. But I am certainly glad that we have this little used one that that Jeff got from OfferUp. Holy tamale. He was so mad. He got off the phone and he goes, hey, you want to go get a donut? If you know Jeff, he's very healthy eater. He's very aware of, he's what we call in this house the fiber pusher. Everything has high fiber. But seriously, when they say, I know, Nancy, can you believe it? November. I go, well, happy Thanksgiving. Honestly. They said that there's this huge backlog of refrigerators. Keely even sent me a article about this shortage of refrigerators because those places got shut down, right, in the beginning of the COVID. And then now they're trying to catch up, and I think that's just crazy. I'm liking this like a deeper blue. I like the watery blue, but I'm really liking it darker. I think that makes a difference. Is it? Did you order furniture, Allison? Looking for... Holy smokes. See, they told Jeff that there were people that have been waiting since June for their refrigerator. Can you even imagine it? Remember I told you how about when we had to live out of the coolers? That lasted about 3 days. And we were like, seriously, everything was always wet and soggy and blah. And that was pretty gross. This guy needs to be bluer. You guys, I'm so excited that you're, I just thought of this. I'm so excited that you're sharing more than just our art journaling entries on in the private Facebook group. I love all of your cards. I'm telling you, I just love it. I love it, love it, love it. The cards with my art printables. Because for me, it's just so, every single time somebody creates something with something I created, it is like magic in my brain, you know? We looked for store models, like floor models too, Ruth. But then I was like, you know what? I don't want to settle. And we have this weird space that our cabinetry is like it's like a built-in slot for a refrigerator, and so we have to have kind of like, it can be tall, but it can't be very wide. It's a whole thing. Anyway, it's fine. It just made me laugh hysterically. It was just like, of course, the absurdity of it all, you know? The absurdity of it all. That's for sure. I did get all of my Halloween decorations out today. I told myself I was gonna get oh, Ruth, that sounds cool. I wanted to get festive, but oh, you know what? A mirror image, that might be cool too. I know, I was trying to think of how I could put 2020 in this, like incorporate that within my piece. I haven't come up with a brilliant idea yet. I thought my upside down guy, that was about as brilliant as I got. And the heart, running heart inside of the O, and the barking dog that nobody knew what it was, Abraham Lincoln. That's funny. So I don't know. I do really want to do incorporate 2020 in there, certainly. Yeah, it will be lovely when we do finally get our our refrigerator. Crazy. What else you got? What else you got to talk about? I started watching. So long ago I had started to watch that. You know, I love English murder mysteries and dramedies and that kind of thing. So I started to watch this one years ago called Last Train to Halifax, and it takes place in England. And anyway, then it just kind of stopped, and I don't know if like it didn't go on with Netflix, or I don't know. Anyway, I just noticed that it came back on, like a new season, and it was on PBS, like our local PBS. And so I just rediscovered it, and oh my gosh, I just love it. I love it because of the English countryside. I love it because of the family drama and the personalities and the characters and the day-to-day challenges. I love it. I love the way that it's portrayed. I told you I thought there was a new season of Call the Midwife, but not yet. Boo. What did I just pre-order? I just pre-ordered a book. Can I tell you, Ruth? I love PBS. I love PBS. I even have Acorn on our Amazon account, and they have all kinds of English shows and Scottish shows and Australian shows and some from New Zealand. Oh, I just love all that. I love to see, like, what are we the same? What are we different? How are we the same? How are we different? And can I tell you, I could listen to those accents till the cows come home. That's for sure. That's for sure. So it's weird to be decorating for Halloween when we're not supposed to have trick-or-treaters. We bought candy anyway, because, you know, we love giving out candy. We love it. Hey, Jan, how are you? I know, I love PBS, and I love National Public Radio. because it tells you stories about all kinds of people all around the world. I love that. I do. Let's see. And I'm finishing up. Oh, I know. Joe Scarborough just finished his book is coming out in November, and it's all about Truman. And, you know, I'm not a very political person, but I love presidents. I did read Where the Crawdads Sing. Wasn't that the best? Doesn't it make you want to go there and see it all and experience it all? My mom and I were just having this conversation about that reading takes you all over the place, right? And if you're a curious person, you're going to want to go see the Golden Gate Bridge, or go see the Eiffel Tower, or go see, you know what I mean? Like, you're going to want to, and there's nothing like that experience of seeing the Golden Gate Bridge in a movie or whatever, or TV show, and thinking, I've been there. Yeah, me too. Although, you know what? I do listen to lots of audiobooks because I draw all day long, so I listen to audiobooks all day long too. Anyway, I find presidents fascinating, not politics, because sometimes they just get on my last nerve. They make me mad or sad. But I like presidents and first ladies. I find them all fascinating. I taped a show last night that I told my mom she needed to watch, but I haven't watched it yet. So, the last poem, what are you talking about, last poem? Ruth, what are you talking, oh, yes, from the Crawdad, yeah, from the Crawdad Sings, yeah. Anyway, there's a show on last night on MSNBC at like 10 o'clock, and it was by the presidential photographer who was the presidential photographer for Reagan and Obama. And you know, I just find that so fascinating. Like, the moments that he captured throughout their presidency. I can't wait to watch it. So, Mom, don't say anything about it, because I will watch it, because I told her she needed to watch it last night. Am I running out of time, Keels? You said 3 minutes. Okay, let's see. What else do I have to talk about? Well, not much else, I guess. Oh, it's weird too. You did see it, Carmen. Oh, I know. So let's have a little phone call later in the week, and we can blab about it. It's weird to decorate for trick-or-treaters. Well, for Halloween. Number one, when we're not supposed to have any trick-or-treaters. Number two, when it's hot as heck. But I need some festivity in my life, you know what I mean? My friend Sherry and I made this amazing witch's hat. I will post a picture. It was by, the pattern was by Meg Hockey, and it was, hey Jamie, I haven't seen you in forever. How are you? Well, it feels like forever because I was gone for 2 weeks, and that's just weird. I'm just going to tell you. I missed all of your chattiness. I missed all of it. I mean, I had a blast, but I did miss you. I'm so happy to be back in our groove, you know? What was I saying? Halloween? No. Oh, really? Oh. That would have been cool. That would have been so cool, Ruth. The witch hat. So it was, thank you, Keels. Can you tell she's been my friend for years? She just knows. She just knows. Bring me back. Reel me back in. So my friend Sherry and I so remember I told you we go on these girls trips? So one of the girls trips we went on was to Maine, and we almost always go to a quilt shop. And so while we were there, we found this cool pattern for a Meg Hockey. It's like a 3D witch hat. And so I said I would do she's an amazing quilter and seamstress, Sherry is. Anne is mediocre at best. Please, only straight lines for Anne. So I said I would do all of the embroidery if she would do if she would do the quilting part, the sewing together. I will post a picture because you guys, it's one of the proudest things I've ever done. It's so amazing. It's so amazing. Oh, yay! Thanks, Jamie. That made my heart happy. Yeah. You know what? There is something to be said about going away to kind of restart your batteries and jumpstart your creativity and your inspiration. I mean, I took pictures of every single thing and looked for. You know what's so crazy? So we're driving across the Upper Peninsula, and we were driving through this town, and they have these. They had all these different. Oh, really? In Maine? Where were you in Maine? Our friend lives in Rockport. Oh my gosh, it was just the best trip, wasn't it, Keels? We got to go on a lobster boat because one of her sons is a lobsterman. Seriously, it was so fabulous. It was so fabulous. We went to Acadia National Park. We try to always go to a national park. Oh my gosh, we just had ourselves a time. Anyway, where was I? What was I talking about? Oh, Keely. I need to write stuff down. So anyway, so we're driving through this town, and then you know how they had in Chicago, San Francisco, they had all of these big hearts, and they were painted by all different artisans, and they were all different, right? And I think was it Chicago that had the cows that they were all different? Anyway, they had fish in this town, and I'm telling you. So they were all painted in different styles and all painted with a different theme, right? Out of the corner of my eye, I turned and I saw a Mondrian fish. I should have made my sister stop so I could take a picture and post it to you guys, because I thought, he's everywhere. He's just everywhere. Oh my gosh, it was just a delight. It was a delight. And I just love public art. I do. In the town that my parents live in, Sault Ste. Marie, they have big murals on the sides of those really old buildings, which is really cool. But they also have strips of the walkways between streets and between sidewalks that are painted in different ways. And there's one that was all paintbrushes. Stop it, it was so beautiful. You worked in Bar Harbor. Oh, that's so cool. Well, I'm going to have to look up Mount Desert Island. We just had I'm telling you, we went to Salem. We went to, that was in our Boston trip, wasn't it, Keely? Oh, we've just had one good time after another. Yes. Isn't that so interesting, Keely? I have seen him kind of everywhere. His stuff, you know what? His stuff is so iconic. And isn't that the beauty of this class? We did have good shoe shopping. You know it, sister. At the LL Bean flagship store. That was in Portland, wasn't it? Anyway, that's the beauty of this class. Like once you are exposed to an artist, then they just become part of your consciousness, right? Oh, okay, Ruth. Thanks. Thanks. That was just so beautiful. Yes, I did, Keely, see that movie, and it was amazing. It was amazing because, well, amazing in many ways. Amazing because it told the story of a family during the uprising of the Nazis, and married to a Jew. That was really fascinating. And art, it was just was it Freeport, the LL Bean store? Because I think we all flew into Portland. Maybe that's what it was. Anyway, yes, and we all got our picture taken by that big boot. But Keely and I did find some of the cutest little Keens you ever did see. On this trip, Keely, I got some of these Keen tennis shoes that Catherine, who lives in England, she and I had a whole shoe fashion show at her house, and she had Keen tennies, and I just got a pair. The most comfortable tenny. I mean, they're kind of like a more like dressy casual tenny. They're certainly not. Like when I went to Sugar Island, I put my old beater tennies on, but they're beautiful and super comfy. Keely and I love a good shoe. And we have shoe shopped all over this ding-dang country, haven't we, Keels? Well, it is probably time to wrap up. And I hope that everybody knows how much I appreciate you, and I'm so grateful that you take this time out of your busy week to make art with me and just chat. And hey Mary, how are you? And I hope that everybody follows me on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. We are working really hard to build our YouTube channel. I have a new guest designer starting in November. So I'm anxious for you to see her stuff. Amazing. With my art printables. So please like and follow me on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. My art printables are available for purchase at Corbiere-Scott and join our private Facebook group, Let's Get Artsy with Anne Corbiere-Scott, and send me your email address so I can add you to the distribution list. And I'm getting back to normal. My laundry is almost all done. My suitcase was unpacked that night, but my laundry didn't really get done until I started it yesterday. What are you gonna do? But I started drawing the minute I got home. And I drew the whole time I was gone. Come on, it was fabulous. Thank you all so very, very much for spending time with me and supporting my small business and me, as I hope that I am supportive of you. I am so grateful. Thank you for everything. And I'll see you on Tuesday with a new art printable. I can hardly wait to share it with you. Thank you all so very much. I hope that everybody goes and makes some, hey Renee, goes and makes something artsy today. Just take a little time to focus on something other than the ugh. We'll have ourselves a time. And be on the lookout for, I'm going to try and create some units, and within those units will be the videos that, the past videos. And I'm hoping that I can label them in such a way that people can know like what artist we were talking about or what artsy techniques we were playing with. Anyway, it's kind of a big fat job, but I feel like it'll be worth it in the end. I adore you all. Thank you. Bye.